So today is the hands-on analytics practitioner and data science hat, okay? If you guys have that one, just grab it, put it on, get your coffee, and get an Advil, get ready for some pain, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4 sections in class today. First is I'm going to have Shibong spend maybe 15 minutes walking through the 2PNL template, number 1. Session number 2 is incrementality testing deep dive. 3 is a very, very interesting session around geospatial analysis. A gentleman named Ken Sheehan, who was a professor in GIS systems, Geographic Information Systems. He used to work for the US Geological Survey. The 4th section is geo-testing data science walkthrough.
Sure. I mean, you did a great job. I did do my postdoc at University of New Hampshire. I did my undergrad work. I did a full ride through the USGS program where I actually studied ecosystem science. So I worked on big data sets where I would travel around all over the globe. And I mention that because my understanding of the world is sort of this contextual, data-driven, why are things occurring the way they are and what's driving that behavior. And so I took my learnings from the natural ecosystem and I'm applying it to the business ecosystem. So it's really a pretty unique approach, I think, that I should mention, that you'll get a little bit of my angle and even some of the analogies I talk about. So I think, but thank you for that, Madan. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So today I'll take you through the sensitivity and triangulation analysis. We go to the sensitivity part of this tool. And what is sensitivity? So in this case, we are looking at Facebook prospecting. So when we do sensitivity analysis for Facebook prospecting, what we are trying to do is we are trying to assess what Facebook prospecting's course contribution is towards the overall acquisition revenue. Once you have your sensitivity set in place, you can move on to triangulation. We will look at acquisition triangulation over here. Now, what's the purpose of triangulation analysis? Triangulation analysis, what it does is it sets your base attribution and advanced attribution KPIs next to each other in a very...
Bharati Kanama, she is a data scientist. She's been working with me for, what is it, Bharati, 5 years, 4 years?
Yes, ma'am, almost. So to begin with, when we start looking at planning a geotest project, we need to think about it in 3 different phases. And the first phase would be your geotest design phase, and the second phase would be your test flight phase. Finally, we will do an analysis of the geotest results. GeoLift script. So that script is available here. I have a detailed walkthrough of step-by-step code, everything in recording. It will be available to you in Monday Skills page. So I'm going to just show what I typically use, whatever parameter I'll change when I run the test, okay?
Returns, right? So, what we see is we're kind of calculate that we're getting them and people say, oh yeah, let's put the money in. And then everyone pulls back the minute the performance isn't what it was before. When money-wise, like if you are spending over $100,000 a week, we almost know that's always going to result in some form of diminishing.
I mean, for me, it is exactly what you just said. It's just trying to manage to that number. And as long as I'm still within like the thresholds of what I'm allowed to spend with the revenue growth, then I'm fine to keep spending.
I think that it goes back to the first class about objectives. You're not just going to Vegas and rolling the dice. You have objectives and you have ROAS goals and you have discipline. And so I think everybody needs to agree on that.
As I said, it's pretty technical, but that's what the space is. The space is quite value from it. So if you don't have any more questions, going once, going twice, I'll see you guys Wednesday.